And welcome, comic book community. This is Robert, the comic book G-Spot, and welcome to the Nerdy Collective Show. We're at it again. This is going to be a kind of a random day today. Just want to welcome everybody. Hi, you see a lot that's going on during the week. This is my schedule, and my brother here from across the border, Vigilante, buddy, how you doing?
Hey, yeah, tired.
It's kind of geeky Friday, dude. Just talk whatever you want to talk.
Getting no sleep when the full moon is up. It's horrible.
Yeah. You hear that, buddy? So, what do you? By the way, show that Coca-Cola. You show that Coke. I think that's awesome. Look at this, you guys. Man, this guy's got my heart.
Yeah, that's from a local brewery in Styria.
And it's called what again? One more time, put it up.
Dracula.
I love it. That's awesome.
It's like basically Bela Lugosi on it.
Yes, that's very cool.
You know what's really fucking sad? I love Bela Lugosi.
Oh, put it on.
And before he moved to America, you know, he was from Austria-Hungary. He did a lot of awesome movies here, and many of them are lost.
Yeah. He also did one where it was a zombie movie. He played like a voodoo doctor, I think it was.
It was the White Zombie, or?
I think so.
Yeah.
By the way,
we got like a lot of movies here in Vienna.
You see that? Can you see that?
Yep.
Gray Man.
The backdrop, or?
Hey,
Gray Man is here.
Our rock star. Brother, I'll send you a link.
I thought you were late with your girlfriend.
Yeah. You're more than welcome to come on, buddy. Come on, all my overseas brothers over here. I have one. I'd love to have you live, Gray Man. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Just putting it out there.
Yeah.
Been trying to get him on forever, but he doesn't never show.
Those Brits, man.
I love it. Love it.
They always hide behind their canal.
Oh, that's great. I'm good.
Is that if it weren't for that small stripe of water, they would speak German now.
I love it. Okay, hold on here. Let's just put this on there. I'm going to put that right on the bottom. So it's an open live stream. So anybody wants to show up, you're more than welcome. There it is right down there. Boom. There's the ticker. She will be dishing up dinner soon.
Oh, nice. Enjoy dinner.
Yeah, enjoy dinner, Gray Man. Man. So, anything new? I've noticed there's a lot of streams going on. It's so hard to catch up with everybody.
I know.
Wonderful people out there in YouTube.
I also have to start a stream this year. It's
yeah, I loved your review on the books. Can you show those books one more time and tell people about them?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Because I mean that's making me want to buy those now.
Yeah. Like, so these are 2 out of 3 planned issues. It's Barbarian Life, a literary biography of Conan the Barbarian by Roy Thomas himself, published by Pulp Hero Press. And these books are basically biography of Conan with Roy Thomas writing it. So the first book covers issues 1 to 51, and the second book covers all the issues like from 52 until 100, which is the death of Ballad. Spoiler alert for almost 100-year-old story.
You can spoil whatever you want. You go right ahead, Visual. You can speak freely.
And there will also be a third volume. I don't know when this is out. The second one came out in December last year, and I can only recommend these books. If you want to know why, you gotta hit up my channel and watch my review on them.
There you go, buddy. That's the smart thing. Yeah, make him go watch your show. Gotta tell you guys, if you haven't seen Vigilante, you must check him out. His His book review for this was fantastic, hands
Then
down.
the Galvin wants an invite.
Yes, I see that. I'm looking at that. I just got it, brother. You said
You only have to taunt the British, then the.
I love it. Give me 1 second. 1 second. I will, brother. Entertain everybody. I'll be right back. Go ahead.
Entertaining.
Whatever you want to talk about. Show it. Talk about a book. What are you doing now?
It's like, is anybody here, by the way? Or
That's all right. We got 3 people watching. It's all right.
Yeah, yesterday I finally got one of my minor grails I wanted to buy this year. It's when Red Sonja was cancelled at Marvel, and before she went to Dynamite, there was a small time when somebody else published Red Sonja books, and this was Crossplanes Comics, of course, also written by Roy Thomas. This label wasn't long in existence, but they published some stuff, mainly Robert E. Howard stories. Of course, that's so the name Crossplanes. Still gotta read it. Probably also gonna do a video about it. But I was looking for this book quite a while, and it was only available in the US. So, but I didn't want to pay like 20 euros for the book and then 22 euros for shipping. So I was very lucky. At the beginning of January, I found a copy of it in the Netherlands. So I only had to pay 10 euros for the book and 12 euros for shipping. So I finally own. This is one of my minor grails. The very good thing is about my grails is that they just go back to the Copper Age, and there are a lot of modern books. So they're pretty accessible if you find a copy.
Nice, buddy. Nice. Very nice.
Also, the cover is really beautiful. It's a little bit,
yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's a total difference from the Marvel and the Dynamite Red Sonja covers. So it's quite interesting. Also, currently I'm writing an article for a publication next year from a local film club. And since this year is the 35th anniversary of the Red Sonja movie, I'm gonna write an article on the Austrian roots of Red Sonja. Since when Robert E. Howard wrote about her, he wrote her in a fictional historic novel or like story, and she Vienna during the
right.
It's gonna be a nice article, and hopefully I'm getting well paid for it.
Well, I hope so too.
Yeah, that's the thing is when you write articles, let's just say the best trick in the world is like this always, or that's like also how they get painters and artists. It's like, oh, we'll pay you with exposure. Yeah, because I can eat exposure.
Nice. Very nice. Dude, that's good. Buddy, what do you do when you're not doing comic books?
Watching movies, writing about movies, playing video games.
What kind of video games?
Writing articles, movie reviews, and yeah.
Gotcha.
Let's just say it's a simple life.
Well, there's nothing wrong with a simple life, that's for sure.
And yes, Greyman, sword and sorcery is my main thing. So most of my comics are sword and sorcery books, but I also really like horror books. Some superhero stuff, mostly when it crosses over with horror and fantasy. But that's also the good thing. Like I said, when I collect, since I collect comics, like I really don't care about any Batman issue. It doesn't matter how much it is worth.
Yep.
Or other books that are very like sought after in the market. Like, of course, I would like to have an Action Comics #1, but to sell it and get more money to buy Conan stuff.
Yep. Blasted.
Yeah, but I like to read Batman sometimes, but in trades, I don't bother to buy the single issues and mostly the old stuff, since I consider everything very boring since Death of the Family. That was the school story that Snyder wrote. Since then, he wrote only shites, sadly.
Yeah.
I liked him as a writer. I loved American Vampire. I loved Witches. I loved the Court of Owls. But since then, it's all of the same, but less interesting.
You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. Thank you for your wonderful comment. You know who we just got? The Gray Man, my buddy. How you doing?
Hey, I'm rather confused. I've not done this before. Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you loud and clear.
I can't see. I had a page a second ago where I could see everybody's faces, and the stream was still on, and it was like echoing. So there I am.
I just mute the YouTube channel if it's echoing really bad.
I'm a bit confused.
You good?
I'm lying on the bed. Yeah, I'm lying on the bed. I told you I was going to be around my girlfriend's. I'm lying on the bed waiting for my dinner to come along. I've got myself an old speckled hen. I think I'm looking in the wrong window because the window I'm looking at is like about 10 minutes behind what I'm actually saying. So I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
Did I have another window somewhere that I should be looking at?
You're like in the future.
I'm awfully confused.
Look at the.
Yeah, this is really. I did do a stream before with the Graders Notes guys,
sure.
And it was a lot less confusing than this one.
Sorry about that, brother.
Where's the actual window that I should be looking at? I'm sure there must be. Oh, here we are. There we go. Now I can see what's happening at the right time now. I think.
Finally.
Right.
Oh yes, there's a lot of, especially Viking metal songs about Varangians, because first of all, Varings, the Variger, were like along the Dnieper, like along the Volga, the Viking settlers that became later Russians.
Right.
And the Varangian Guard was the elite guard of the Eastern Roman Emperor.
Yep.
Right.
And
the empire split in two, didn't it?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I chose my name from, because I love Roman history, and since I'm Germanic, I of course identify as a Varangian guard.
Whereas I'm Anglo-Saxon, I suppose.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Or probably Norman to be more, because the Normans conquered us after that, didn't they? So, well, a bit of everything. We're a bit of everything in the UK, I think, because obviously we've had lots of influxes of different people over the centuries.
Of course.
It's all good.
Of course.
Yeah, so that's why you have a lot of our words, since you're also Saxons.
Yeah, it's true. A lot of Germanic words.
Mind is in the chat.
Yes. How you doing, brother? Nice to see you.
I can't see the actual chat.
You have to look at your
live comments. There you go. I've worked it out.
You have to private chat and live comments. You have to click on live comments.
Yeah.
I only found out until the second stream that I could actually view the comments.
Yeah. So how are you guys doing? And Gray Man, it is a pleasure. I've been trying to get a hold of you to do a live.
It's always awkward because most of the time I'm around the weekends I go to my girlfriend's house and I say, well, I haven't got any comics here other than what I've brought with me to read at the moment. So I've got a few Supermans that I've brought with me to read. This is like 86 or whatever. It's a Crisis crossover one. So I was just reading this at the time. I thought, well, I've got half hour probably before dinner comes out, so why not pop on?
Very good. There's one thing I like about your guys' style. I mean, it's like Vigilante, for example. He loves this sword and fantasy, and that's right up my alley. And your music and the videos that you do and some of the comic hauls you do is fantastic. You guys are wonderful. It's nice to see a refreshing new take on certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? And
we're all brothers of metal.
And learning a little bit of history, too. When it comes to music, when it comes to history, when we talk about history, it's kind of neat because a lot of people forget in their history. It's pathetic. Really pathetic.
Especially here, a lot of people want to forget our history.
But even here, too, you know, I talk to a lot of younger folks.
That's why it repeats itself, because people forget what happened before.
Yeah.
And so they make the same mistakes. Same mistakes come in.
There you go, Gray Man. There you go.
It's cycles, isn't it? It's cycles.
Yes, it does.
It's like a lot. I mean, there's like three viewpoints in theoretically history. You have like the cyclic history, which means that everything at a certain point will repeat itself.
Yep.
Then you have the teleologisch. Don't know what it's in English. It's like basically it means there's a beginning and an end.
Right.
And the third viewpoint is the anarchic viewpoint, which is like shit happens.
I just want to say hello to Tammy Kemp.
Yes,
Tammy. Hello, Tammy.
Hey, Tammy.
Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you.
And I'm going to say comics on the mind. Enjoy your eggplant parmesan.
Absolutely.
Everything is better with Parmesan.
Yes, and fresh basil. I was watching chop.
Yeah, I heard once that you truly reached adulthood when you appreciate cheese more than candy.
There's a certain taste. Your taste buds do change over the years. That's true.
Yes.
And you're a kid, you prefer the sweet stuff, and when you get to an adult, you like the sweet stuff. It's like, you can't end it. But, as long as you appreciate good beer, that's the most important thing.
There you go.
Good beer and good comics and a good woman.
Only proper nourishment you produce in Britain.
Sorry.
That's the only proper meal you produce in Britain.
Oh, yeah, I love this because it's nice to see a different perspective. A lot of my brothers and sisters here in the States, they see one way, not seeing the whole broad way. And I actually, that's what I like about you guys, because you have your different points of view of certain things. Collecting.
Yeah. Our point of view is we have to pay more for shit.
Yeah.
That's really above me. Yeah,
There's going to be geographical differences, isn't there? Sociological differences because of where we were raised and whatever.
Yeah.
It's just natural how things are.
Political differences and all that, exactly.
Yeah, that's also it's like also of course comic book history, because here in Europe, in the German part of Europe, we didn't have a golden age of comics because we had National Socialism and Hitler didn't like being punched in the face by Captain America.
Yeah.
Comics.
Yeah.
So it only started in the 60s when a German publisher, BSV, also Bildschriftenverlag Williams, took the license and printed like just random Silver Age comics. So the only Marvel comics that came out back here were Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, early Daredevil, some stuff, Hulk.
Yeah.
But no Captain America and or such.
Yeah. I think we did quite all right in the UK. I think we had most of the American comics in the UK. I think so anyway. Definitely missed out on anything particularly, as far as I'm aware, but I'm not a historian of comics, so I don't know for sure.
Yeah, the early Conan comics, there's some UK variants, and later I think they were just the Pence price was under the US price.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, which is better for us because the UK variants go cheaper than the US ones.
Yeah.
So
they should be worth more because there's less of them. Come on, work it out, guys.
I don't complain right now to get some key issues for less money.
Yeah, exactly. I need to work on that. I need to work on people thinking that the UK variant is more desirable. If you've got a book with 2 covers on it or something like that, or you've got like I don't know. There's various other variants which are sought after. UK variant should be like the Uber comic that everyone should be looking for.
Yes,
that's what I say. Yeah. And then I can sell some of my UK variants for more.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Canadian variants are worth more than US originals sometimes.
Yeah, it should be.
Hey, Steve. Yeah, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
My brother.
These headphones are only working through one ear at the moment. And when you both talk at the same time, I can't work out what's being said to me. So if I'm not replying coherently to what you're actually saying to me, it's because I've half heard it. You know what I mean? So apologise for that. Also, I've also had a gin and tonic before this beer, so that's probably helped as well to make it less coherent than normal.
I'm just happy to have you.
Just drink so much until you understand us.
Keep myself sober. Yeah. I need to get myself a new like video camera kind of thing. I keep talking about it for ages, so I could do this kind of thing because I didn't think the picture would be very good with me. Actually, the picture's okay, but I have to. For some reason, the microphone on my webcam is crap, so I've had to plug in my other microphone so I can actually be heard. Otherwise,
You're coming up pretty clear though on this end.
Yeah, because I've got the microphone plugged in. But when I'm at home, I can't do it because I haven't got the microphone.
Right.
So this laptop is can be a pain in the butt sometimes.
Oh, mind, better not. Better don't send US drones here. Sometimes they malfunction and just shoot random stuff.
Sometimes they blow up, don't they, and fire missiles and stuff.
Yeah, it's like to keep them in the Middle East, but please don't in Europe. Not in Europe.
I've got to be careful of US drones because I've got a beard, you know what I mean? So you can't be.
Oh man, sir, don't do that.
I'm a metalhead, not a Muslim guy. Sorry, don't point your missiles at me.
Please. Oh my God. I don't even want to talk about politics here. It's just retarded. Anyway. It's unbelievable. What was it? So what's new that you've been doing? What have you been collecting that's new in your collection, buddy? Gray Man. For Gray Man.
Okay, so most of the stuff I collect is like bronze and a bit of silver, a bit of copper. Every now and again I find something going cheap, so I bought like quite a modern one of Damage because I found like most of it going for 50p a comic, and I'm like, well, I think I would run of them online. I was like, well, I might as well pick them up.
Sure.
You know, so if you can find a run, if I had all the money in the world, I'd buy every comic that came out. You know what I mean? But nowadays, because I had to quit reading modern comics in 2013 for various reasons. Yep. The main one being money. Yeah, but I do pick up the odd modern comic. But I do think, reading wise, I much prefer the older stuff. Sure. But yeah, as a new thing that I've picked up recently is that Damage runs. That's about it, really.
I've been trying to get my hands on that new that trade of Witches. It's called Witches, I think it's called. I heard it was a really good read. Yeah, Witches. I don't have a print of it. I can't show you what it looks like. But yeah.
Witches or Witches?
Witches.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a black cover with like a wood background, I think it is. I heard it was a great read, and I'm still trying to get my hands on it.
I think there was an old comic called Witches as well, which is like kind of like adult comic.
That's a Snyder one, with the Witches of an Epsilon.
Yep, I have those in my collection. Put away. Definitely.
It's also
So I know we've had this conversation like periodically through the chats because the only time we've ever communicated is through chats. So it's really you have your live brother. Oh, there you go.
American Mythology is also putting a nice anthology horror series out. This is the one from last year, from September.
Nice.
Very soon they should New Year's Eve version come out.
Is it a good read? Other than the cover art, is it a good read? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, it depends from story to story.
Okay.
So the first story.
I love it. I love Comics on the Mind. He's great.
Watch out, first goes. So,
like the first story has good art. It is a good read.
Wait. Bring it back up one more time. Bring it up one more time, brother. Bring the picture up one more time. Sorry. I missed the black and white. There you go. Oh, yeah.
So it got really nice art in the first story.
The art is really good. Nice. My brother's in the house. He's at work. Brother Jeff, my co-host. How you doing, buddy?
My chat keeps throwing me into the private chat every 5 minutes, and I have to keep pushing the live comments chat again. I don't seem to be able to comment on it. I think I have to sign up or something. I haven't done that yet.
It jumps around it.
Yeah.
I also have to go back between private chat and live comments.
That's what I'm doing too. And see, the thing is, with StreamYard, there's like a 30-second to up to a minute before the chat on the YouTube shows up here. So that's why I got YouTube on, so I can see the chat right away.
Yeah.
Right.
Jay Hood, hey, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Awesome. So we've all, I think, have got a similar interest when it comes to music, and when it comes to mythology, and when it comes to certain writers. That's one thing. It's nice to have the two of you here. I really appreciate it. You know, you've heard me mention about Cthulhu many times. Yeah.
Cthulhu Fatagan.
Freak out people,
right. Yeah. In his house, Riley. Dead Cthulhu lies dreaming.
What I'd like is to like expand people's minds a little bit and make them think a little harder about certain things. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I've noticed about you. Excuse me, Vigilante. You do your research like big time. You also do your papers. And I know you do other things other than this. Like the paperwork you're doing on the Conan thing, you were just mentioning it. Make sure you go and check out Vigilante's channel, please. He's got some really cool stuff he's dropped. Same thing with my buddy down here, great man.
Yeah, started history, and that's also the way I approach YouTube videos. Like, with, of course, the research. So for me, it's very important if I put something out there that the information behind it is also correct. Since everything should be bulletproof.
Bulletproof. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Get everybody caught up here. There we go. So, are you guys looking for anything in particular? Now that I got Steve in the chat, he's in the chat. Him and I are very curious about something. I am very curious about something. Books, comic books, both of you guys are looking for that are in the States that you do not have over there that you're looking for.
This is my list. It's 10 pages of comics.
Oh my god!
I keep adding to it because I keep finding stuff that I like the look of, so I end up adding new stuff to it. But basically, it's like I went through all my boxes, worked out what the first comic was and what the last comic was of most of the runs, and decided I need to complete the runs with no gaps like in it. Kind of thing. So that's my thing. I'm a run filler. Like if I like a character, I want to read every story that he's done as much as I can. I want to follow the whole story. And in some cases, like crossovers and stuff like that, which really do my head in. Crossovers are but yeah, that's basically.
As a bloody manifest.
Yeah, it's just impossible, isn't it? It's like they get you, they get their hooks in you. First, it's like drugs, man. It's like they hook you, and then it's like, oh I need that crossover.
Brian, brother, how you doing? We need to do a show together sometime. I'd love to have you on live sometime. It'd be fun. Get the same interests. That guy he can find some books, boy, for reasonable cost. He's always on things. Always.
But that's also the good thing about comics. If you spend money on comics, you don't have money for drugs or other bad things.
That's very true, yeah.
Now, the only thing I can say is drinking good beer. So
yeah, that's also why every wife should be happy if her man collects comics. He will never have time or money for a side chick.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
No time for a mistress. Comics are my mistress. Lois Lane is my mistress.
Nice.
The moon is a harsh mistress.
Yeah.
So, what kind of new music are you finding there, Gray Man?
I do a podcast every week. I've done it since 2013, and I sent so many promos. I get like loads of promos every week. To be honest, I hardly have time to listen to them. I'll get so I put about £30 a week on my show. So I when I get promos, I open them up, pick a name of a song that I like, stick it in a folder ready for a future show, and then the week before the show, I have a listen to all the songs, make sure there's no crap ones in there. And if there is, I'd find another song by the band, or if they're really crap, I'd throw the whole band out. If they're not that cup of tea, I go, no, this is not my thing. Get rid of it. But I'd actually, for the first time, I did a shopping spree, like a shopping challenge with my mate. I actually put a video up yesterday called the £20 Music Challenge. And me and my friend, we went out and we said £20 budget each. We went through all the old haunts where we used to go music shopping in the past.
Right.
And like we basically bought some stuff each, and basically we'll need the people to look at that and decide which one of us got the best value for our 20 quid. So if you like music, catch that video, have a look at that video. We also go for all the London metal scene. We go to all the haunts that we used to go in the past and say, oh, this is where the Astoria used to be. It's been knocked down now and that kind of thing. So if you're into at all interested in any of that, and then you can vote on who won, who spent their 20 quid the best. And I'm a bit behind at the moment. So if you can vote for me, because there's only a beer in it. So if I win, he's got to buy me a beer. So it's no like great shape. I bought a couple of bands. I bought Scythe, Law, Witchmaster. No, what was the other one I bought? I can't remember. It's the thing. My memory is so rubbish.
So you need people to
I've
vote?
actually looked them up today. Yeah, again. Yeah, just comment on the video. Just comment on the video and stuff, and that way he's got to buy me a beer. And basically, there's lots of cool underground bands because I like. It's I've never really been into the big bands. I much prefer the bands that will play the local pub, that kind of thing. So you bands
is it your most recent video you just dropped?
I went up yesterday.
Gotcha.
That's pretty. I think there was a comic video went up as well. So yeah.
Gotcha.
And listen to my podcast as well. High Speed Hangover every Sunday.
Nice. Question for the Gray Man.
Do I listen to Dorge or Dorge? I never heard of Dorge. Eh? Dorge? Tell me Doro, dear. I've heard of Doro. I've never heard of Dorge. It's not a band I'm familiar with.
I'm wondering who he's thinking of. That looks
familiar. Doro is the blonde chick.
There could be a band. George, there's basically every single word under the sun's been used by a heavy metal band at some point. It got to the point that all the good words for bands have been taken, and it's using like 2 words or 3 words because there's just all the good names have been taken for heavy metal nowadays.
I'm okay. I want to know for us American folk over there in the European community. There was some stuff that was going down for a long time. Like a lot of the old pagan sites have old churches on them. Is that correct?
Burn the fucking churches.
The Norwegian Black Metal scene did that for a while. Yeah, they steal the holidays to like put in their holidays to the pagan holidays. They done the same with the sacred grounds, didn't they, of the pagan?
Exactly. And they actually put churches on those old pagan areas, correct?
Yeah. That's and by burning the churches, that's how real black metal started.
Yeah, I heard about that. I was reading a little bit about that.
Yeah, Burzum, Gorgorov.
Right information. I want the right information, not the rumor information. That's why I'm asking you guys.
Let's just say there's a lot of people oversell it a little bit.
Yeah, they do.
And yeah.
I actually, with my podcast, I do theme shows every month, and I did a Christmas theme show last month, and there was like 2 sort of like faults on whether Saturnalia came before Christmas was. It's like the Christians say that they the Christmas as being on December 25th predated it was a sun god, a Roman sun god.
Sol Invictus, Mithras.
Yeah, Sol Invictus. Nice. They said that they actually never. They said his date was then. They never actually celebrate it because it's like close to the.
It's the 25th of December, Sol Invictus Day, which dates back to. Basically dates back to. And if you date it back long, it takes back to the Sumerian time.
Exactly right.
And but the Romans, it was the end of the Saturnalia. Was the Sol Invictus, and basically when the Roman Empire became Christian, everybody was celebrating the pagan holiday. So they were just like, let's just say that Jesus Christ was born there.
I love how they make up their random holidays.
They just made it up,
just to like overwash.
I did sort of read quite a lot of it on the Wikipedia, but I can't remember all the bleaking dates and stuff now. But it's a lot to do with the equinox. They said he was born, I think it was because they thought the 9 months it was like the summer equinox or something like that, and so he had to be 9 months later that he was born, which happened to be the shortest day, which is what 21st of December.
21st.
Yeah, because
we have the Rauhnächte with the Wild Hunt.
Yep.
Which is from the 20th of December until I think beginning of January. And this is when they're the long nights, and we have these local legends that when you walk into the forest, so the wild hunt, the undead warriors of Wodan will get you and recruit you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've heard of the Wild Hunt because comics have mentioned it a few times as well.
Yes, I have. And that's the cool thing, because we can kind of see some of that stuff leak over into our books, and I love that.
Yeah,
comics are a great wealth of knowledge. I tell you,
Exactly. And there's a thing that I always, and people think I'm nuts, but it's like when we tell stories or we hear stories, there is some legendal truth in those stories. That's why they keep getting passed down and being told a different way. And it's one of my passions. And people think I'm just a lunatic and I don't know what I'm talking about. But
you are a lunatic, but
you are a lunatic. You sometimes know what you're talking about.
Exactly. You guys get it. You guys get it. You guys get me what I'm talking about. You understand what I'm talking about?
Of course, every 5th of December we hide because of Krampus. Because I know it was not.
Yeah, walking around the street. Don't they have their celebration? Doesn't Krampus have their celebration?
I have also from our traditional Krampuslauf and for the Krampusnacht.
He's gonna go eat. He's gonna go eat. Hey man, really quick before you go, buddy, tell the honey we said hi, and I want to give you a second to give yourself a shout out for your show, okay? Before you leave. And you're more than welcome anytime, buddy, okay? We get more time. I'd love to do this again, okay?
Check out my videos. I never know when I'm going to put a video up, but there's lots of videos on my channel. Go and check them out. There's heavy metal videos. There's comic videos, of course. There's beer drinking videos as well, because, why not beer when you get a chance? And, and if you like heavy metal, check out my podcast. I do a lot of live footage as well at gigs and stuff. So if you've seen my heavy metal stuff, I go for my vinyl, I go for my CDs. There's always a link to my blog where all 300 and whatever it is of my previous podcasts are all available there to listen to. So if you dig the underground of metal, check that out. And I will check out this band Dorge to play on a future show, because apparently the Art Chemist is recommending them. So I shall listen. I shall give them a play sometime soon. But just for having me on. You keep inviting me, and I feel like I'm such a heel for not coming on.
That's right, more than any time. When I do the Nerdy Collective show, anybody's welcome, and you're more than welcome to come anytime you want. I love talking to you. The first time, finally live.
I get super anxious as well, to be honest. I was actually shivering to you guys. Like that. I'm just weird. When I'm on my own, I don't mind.
You're all good.
Camera and being a fool. But like when I talk to other people, I feel like everyone's looking at me.
Yeah, I know. I
use the camera. It's fine.
Gotta relax. How
do I leave studio? There you go. So I'm gonna leave studio. I'm gonna go and eat my fish and sweet potatoes and
peace, buddy. Awesome. Go eat.
Vegetables and
don't get in trouble.
Enjoy food.
Have a good one, buddy. Thank you. That was awesome. Awesome. We're just getting in the conversation, because that's exactly what he was talking about. You're right. What you were talking about. Don't they have is it over in Germany where they have a Krampus day where they got guys walking in big outfits and stuff?
That's here. That's
where is it?
That's the 5th of December. It's Krampusnacht.
That's right.
And in December, we have these huge Krampus festivals. But all over the season, we also have Perchtenläufe.
Okay.
It's also traditional. I'm just looking because I have some Instagram from
I'm going to have to get that, the one that, all right, I'm going to have to go look up that music. What we call Deluge, Dorge, D-O-R-J-E. All right. Definitely going to check them out. By the way, it's going to sound really cheesy, but I myself, all right, everybody's all skeptical, Disney, whatever. Disney is what it is. But I finally, I'm going to mispronounce this. Magnificent, is that what it's called?
Maleficent, I think, but
the one about Harry?
Angelina Jolie.
Okay, I have to be honest. The second one, Miss G's coming.
Maleficent.
Say it.
Maleficent.
Maleficent. That's it. Thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome.
Miss G over here correcting me. I watched that, and I'm hands down. The second one, so much better.
I have never seen any one of them.
The second one is so much better than the first one because, you know, it's like what everybody's raised up on, you know, beauty or Sleeping Beauty and all that mixed into one. Well, this tells kind of like the pagan side, which is awesome. I love it. It was great.
And maybe I should watch it one of these days.
Dude, hands down, I was extremely happy with it. It's a fairy tale, blah, 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 but it's well done.
Well, fairy tales are very cool, especially when you read the German original Brother Grimm stories.
Yes.
Those are savage.
Oh, yeah. And the same thing with Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah.
Those are really hard. I mean, they're not so like, oh, blah, blah, blah. That's the end of that, you know. Yeah, Gray Man had to go eat, buddy. He had to go eat.
Yeah. Enjoy food.
Yes, get some food. Yes, sir. That was really nice having Gray Man. I love it.
Yeah, finally.
What I really like is to have you, Gray Man, people that what we like. You know, all these issues that we talk about. It's interesting. You know what I mean?
I know it's. I mean, we're simple, man. We like a sorcery. We like a horror. We like a redheads.
What was it? There was something. I wish I could find my darn book. I'm looking for.
I think your daughter is in the chat.
Holy mackerel. Thank you so much. Yes, she is.
You literally brought your daughter to the slaughter.
How you doing, sweetheart? What you doing? You're home today? I love it. Aggressively relaxing. Yes, so do I. Gray Man. I love his intro. His intro is great.
Yeah, it's strange and good.
It is. It's really good. I love it. Well, I'll tell you, like I said, it's so hard to keep up with everybody's stream. There's so much, and I notice everything is really being put out all week long.
Sometimes, like when a comic is semi-interesting, I just read those comics and have the streams in the background.
Which ones, bud?
When a comic is semi-interesting, which means it's not full garbage.
Yes,
but it's not so captivating that I can't do stuff next to it. So right. I'm trying to multitask a little bit there. Right. Also, sometimes when I write stuff, I'm having streams in the background. Of course, most often it ends with me then not writing and spending more time on the stream.
Yep, yeah. I hear you. Yes, thank God it is Friday. It is.
Mm.
I want to know why. This place. See, my work schedule just stinks right now. I do a graveyard shift, so when I have the time to go live, that's just like right now and talk about buddies. It's like my co-host Jeff. He's working until like 2 a.m. today, so he works Fridays. So I don't see him until later. But there is something that's on the subject of what we were talking about. Give me 6 seconds. I'm going to go get a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. Why don't you entertain just a few seconds, okay? Talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Pardon?
Talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Anything
new. I'll be right back. I'm just going to get a cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So hopefully tomorrow I'm going to get my new comics from last month. And hey, Air Spider. The problem here is when I order US comics, I have to wait 1 month until I get them. Since I'm pre-ordering them, but in order to save shipping costs, they're going first to a comic bookstore in Germany, and he will send them once a month to my place. So tomorrow, hopefully, or Monday, I'm going to get all the comics that I ordered in December, and I will do an unpacking. I'm not dancing. I'm not dancing, Kramer. You know, as we are Austrians, we Germans, we march. We don't dance. Like, how was this in this British First World War rap? This is no prance. This is a German war dance or something.
I love it. Sorry, buddy. Air Spider, how you doing, buddy? It's driving me crazy, buddy. I'm so sorry.
No hurry, no hurry.
No, there isn't any hurry. I don't know why.
And talking about the UK,
Yes.
I got a really good Blu-ray yesterday. These are two animes for a British edition from Thousands and One Night and Cleopatra. And I remember watching those as a kid. I should have never watched those as a kid, but back in the days, especially here in Europe,
Right.
everybody thought like, oh, it's animated, it's for children.
Right.
It's not for children, but when I saw the cover online, I was like, oh my God, I watched this as a kid. I need to get it.
Nice.
So I'm gonna watch the nice Cleopatra adult version this weekend.
Nice.
Also, this is we need more nipples on covers. This is something I love. Dynamite. I love the stuff they're doing. Sometimes they make risky covers, but when I read the last issues of Vampirella, since it's Team Plus, they just you see the boobs inside, but they just have no nipples. They erase the nipples. Why are you Americans so afraid of nipples? What have they done to you? The nerve.
I love it.
Free the nipples.
Yeah.
It's really weird because when you see some ratings, like the first Swamp Thing movie,
Right.
it's rated R in the US because you see boobs.
Yeah, I know.
And here it's rated for 12-year-olds.
Wow, really?
Because nobody cares about nudity here.
Yeah.
But in Europe we censor more, especially in Germany, they censor a lot of brutality in movies.
Right.
I mean, not so much nowadays, but it was very tough in the 80s and 90s.
Right.
Here in Austria, we never cared.
Right.
So basically, from the German Republic, they always ordered the movies uncut from Austria. Bueller has nipples.
Nipples and cat. Here we go. I found it. First of all, sweetheart, can you put it in the chat really quick, and I'll read it from there. The Alicia, Miss G was telling me about an Alicia Keys video. She'll put it in the chat. She said it was really well done, and it's kind of on the conversation with what we're talking about, sort of. She'll do it. Anyway, something on the lines of what we were talking about, and it's something I wrote a while back, and I might have read it once.
Does it have nipples?
No.
Yeah, Freeman. Cannibal Corpse was censored a lot in Germany, the covers. Yeah, it was not a good time to order stuff from Germany.
There Underdog. There we go.
Wasn't Underdog a cartoon?
Yeah, but Alicia Keys produced a new video, I guess. And
I don't know her.
Oh, she's a good singer. And She has something called what'd you say? Yeah, Underdog is the name of the song. She said it's pretty good.
I think I didn't listen to anything which is older than 2000.
All right. Definitely gonna check that out. Anthem for the year, fantastic. It's her anthem for the year. Interesting. Miss G had me watch a couple of music videos last night. They were actually pretty entertaining. Very, very good, actually. They weren't too hardcore, but they were good.
It's always so funny when people drop like popular music names, and I never heard of this. Like since I'm a teenager, I haven't had any contact with mainstream music. I don't watch TV. I just buy my metal CDs and vinyls, and I live in the underground. So
Yeah.
So it's like when people say, "Oh, don't you know that they play them everywhere?" It's like I don't have human contact.
Yeah.
I don't hear that shit.
No, not back to Miss G is funny.
It's like for me, Mayhem is mainstream.
I wish we could play it. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. I don't know if I can share it and play it at the same time. Hold on. Yes, Air Spider got it. Alicia Keys was a little 15-year-old girl in a Dirty Harry mixtape when all of a sudden she became the biggest R&B star in the world. Yeah, but she's damn good, Air Spider. She is very good.
I only know the Clint Eastwood Dirty Harry.
You're good, honey. Yeah. It's all good. Let me see.
If it doesn't have swords and dragons or naked chicks on the cover.
Or heavy metal. No, I forget. So,
1,000 swords.
what's
Not
that?
one sword less.
Love it. So let me ask.
I don't need powerful messages in music. I need powerful massages.
Powerful massage. Wow.
Have you seen the Golden Globe? Ricky Gervais, the monologue was brilliant. It was
Oh my God.
brilliant. Like calling out these Hollywood hypocrites. It was a piece of art.
Nice. Very nice.
Oh, Halloween reference. I get that.
They're gonna go mythology on you, sweetheart, in the chat.
Kai Hansen is the king.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
All right, getting caught up with everybody. Okay.
He most certainly didn't make my day, punk.
No. I'll have to read this some other time.
Yeah, and I also preferred when Dirty Harry shot down muggers in the street.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Actually, like I'm one of those people who prefer the later Dirty Harry movies to the first one. The first one has beautiful shots, but I think that the other Dirty Harry movies are way more action based. So it's with a lot of movies. I know people crucify me more often, but actually I prefer Die Hard 2 and 3 over the first Die Hard.
Okay. Yeah. I can see why. I can definitely see why.
And Die Hard with a Vengeance is the best one. Samuel L. Jackson and Bruce Willis play so well off each other.
Gee, that's like the Lethal Weapons movie.
Those are always good.
Well, my favorite though was with Jet Li.
There was, I think that's one I haven't seen. I only seen the old ones.
I think it was number 2, if I'm not mistaken. That was
But
actually
Jet
really
Li
well
is brilliant. I love the Once Upon a Time in China.
done. Yeah, excellent one. And
So
my
good.
favorite one that Jet Li ever did was Fist of Legend.
Oh yes.
That one,
I love the
phenomenal.
old Eastern movies are brilliant.
Yeah, phenomenal. Who Dad is in the house. Hey, buddy, thanks for coming.
Hey,
We're just geek talking today, talking about whatever we want to talk about. Just having a
just
good time.
talking around, just spending the Friday.
Yeah.
Some random talk.
It's nice. It's very nice. And it's a pleasure too, buddy. Seriously. I
Yeah.
want to talk to you more. Let me see here. Yeah, you write so well. I noticed that.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, very, very good.
I write better than I talk.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, it's way more easier, especially in a foreign language, to write, in my opinion, than to talk.
Right.
Especially in terms of grammar. Since I wrote at the university some papers in English, I'm way more comfortable of writing.
Right.
So what I say must sound very strange sometimes, I guess, but funny nevertheless.
Cool.
But as long as people can understand it, it's fine.
I'm just curious. Steve, are you home? Home. If you're home, Steve, I'll send you a link and come on. If you're home.
Steve Holt!
Yes, I'd love to have Steve. Oh, and my other brother, Scott Parr. Yeah. Good guy. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to try to read this, and I'm not going to promise it's going to be the greatest blah, but I'm going to give this a whirl. I wrote this a couple months back, and you'll probably get the gist of it. You can give me your opinion after I get done reading it. I'm going to try to read it as best I can. My scribble is horrible, but I found the book that I wrote this in. And I periodically come up with an idea in my head and just start writing. Just start writing something, you know what I'm saying? Get it off your chest, you know? And then
Don't be afraid of the empty sheet.
I can get you one. Hold on.
Yeah, Grayman, he's a horny guy. But
So that's something I like about you too, because Miss G, she always corrects my punctuation and all that. I've always had a problem with,
fuck the punctuation.
but no, my dyslexia, I'm not saying it's a crutch, but my dyslexia, it's weird because when I read too fast or I get too excited, I'll see a letter backwards or I'll see a number backwards. It goes with numbers and letters. And I'll mispronounce it and my punctuation's completely off. Miss G is always helping me with that. Thank God for that. And that's something I noticed about you when you were reading something, you're talking about certain things like that. So I'm going to get caught up really quick. 1 second. Boom, boom, boom. And Steve, let me know if you're there. If you would like to come on, buddy, you're more than welcome. Yeah, I know. We have to move that, sweetheart. I know. Every time I move my head right here, it looks like I got horns.
But planets is not what he eats.
Yeah. That was excellent, buddy. That was excellent. Yo, she liked it too. That was great. Okay. So what I wrote years ago, this is like 26 years, and I put it on a thing and I put it on my refrigerator as a reminder. And this is kind of an inappropriate thing that I wrote as a reminder. And you know how I am. You've heard me talk, ramble on and on. But I call this one here, and I've done it on a video and posted a long time ago. This one's called Nobody's Friend. Okay? And tell me, just boom, be honest. I'm going to try to do this.
Go.
This one's called Nobody's Friend. My name is Gossip. I have no respect for justice. I maim without killing. I break hearts and ruin lives. I am cunning and malicious and gather strength with age. The more I am quoted, the more I believe. My victims are helpless. They cannot protect themselves against me because I have no name and no face. To track me down is impossible. The harder you try, the more elusive I become. I am nobody's friend. Once I tarnish your reputation, it is never the same. I topple governments and wreck marriages. I ruin careers and cause sleepless nights, heartaches, and indecisions. I make innocent people cry in their pillows. Even my name hisses. I am called gossip. I make headlines and headaches before you repeat a story. Ask yourself, is it true? Is it harmless? Is it necessary? Gossip. That's what I wrote a while ago, and I posted on my refrigerator as a reminder. What'd you think of that?
You predicted social justice warriors 26 years ago.
That's 25 years ago. And I kept
This
it
was
on
before
Twitter.
Twitter.
But you see what I'm saying? No, it has some kind of, there's a little bit of a meaning there.
Yeah, it's also like stupidity never changes. It's always the problem with these people is that use gossip. They can't get into a proper discussion. They only throw opinions at you, and they're only out there to destroy you.
Thank you very much. That was
Yeah.
beautiful.
So it's very well. You broke it very well down.
Just boom. Okay, now
It's
my
like
last.
YouTube drama is like nobody needs drama. It's like
Thank you.
don't use gossip or something. If you want something, talk to the person and say what you don't like about the person.
And if you got something to say it in front of the face. Just
Exactly.
like, boom. Thank you very much. So I just got to put that out there once in a blue moon. I have it in most of my video, that same thing I read. So I feel kind of awkward, but it needs to
It's not awkward. It's like it's something you should probably always have like with you in a small card and hand it out.
So you liked it? It was good?
It's good. It's really good.
Okay. All right. Here's the other one I wrote down a few months back, and I'm going to try to read it the best I can. And it's called Truth. That's what I call it. Okay. And for all of us comic book lovers, you'll kind of appreciate this because I kind of threw some comic book knowledge in there too. Hold on. I get caught up with the chat really quick. Yeah, it does. I'm going to move that picture. Doomsday Comics, how you doing? I don't know Doomsday. Yeah, wait a minute. Hey, question for everyone in the chat. Here we go. Mr. Art Chemist. By the way, you guys, and just so you know, brother, I posted a link in the description of this video and every video that I post or any live video I show. We have Skellington Comics in the listing down below, and it's right next to the Art Chemist. Skellington Comics is Art Chemist's wife, and she does comic book comics. She sells on the side. She's got her own business. Go check out her website. It's a pretty cool store. She's got some nice books in there. Go check her out. I posted in a link on the bottom. So just so you know, it'll be on every link after this. No problem, Art. Okay. What is the one thing that no one, the word loves at all, that only has one friend? What? Can you read that for me, Vigilante?
What is one thing that no one the world loves at all and only has one friend?
Interesting. I'm actually. Oh my ex! Look at this. You see this? This is great. Right. What are you quoting, buddy? It's a riddle. Riddle me this. Yeah, it is a riddle. How does that sound familiar? No, he said sorry. No, you don't have to be sorry. Art, Arsenio. So what is it?
I have no idea.
One in the world loves.
I have no idea, and I'm too lazy to think.
No, I like that though. That's pretty cool. Wait a minute. Where is it? Where did it go? 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 There it is. There it is. There's the riddle. What is the one thing right? No. What
I don't understand the first sentence. Like
period, and then
no one I.
who loves all that only has one friend? That's interesting. Oh, wait a minute. I'm waiting
Oh
for,
no, he reposted it to us.
what's that?
He reposted it correctly.
Oh, he did. Okay, there it is. Hold on. No problem, buddy. Give me a second. Give me a second. Boom. What is the one thing in the world that no one loves that only has one friend? And only has one friend. What is one thing in the world that no one loves and only has one friend?
Could be your mom joke.
I actually like that. It said. Come on, Air Spider. You're so depressing. What's up with the divorce lawyer? Come on, buddy. Look further.
Is it Tom King?
Is it Tom King? I'm curious. Back to the divorce lawyer. Come on. Wait a minute. Oh my God. Cancer. And sugar is the best friend is sugar. Interesting.
But he also likes nicotine.
Yeah.
Like he basically is like cancer has a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Too
Wow.
many.
That's pretty deep, buddy. Arsenio, that's pretty deep. I actually like that. Wow, that was really cool. Interesting. Well, wait a minute. What was that? Real mix medieval advice.
Yeah, medieval advice would be better because we had no sugar.
Yes. Ah, man.
No sugar, no cell phones, just killing people, living in the moment.
Yeah, no kidding. Living in the moment. All right. I'm going to try to read this as best I can. Get this off my chest real quick.
Hit
Right.
me.
This is the newest thing. And I call this truth. Okay. Should sound a little familiar too, but here we go. Everything extraordinary can be explained away, and yet it is true. Everything you see and do have a basis in secrecy, but it has limits. Sorry, I gotta blah 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 blah. Sorry, but it has its limits. It's the real world, not a cartoon. Tales of extraordinary beings are real, half human, half creature. I believe comic books are a documentation of what has gone on for far too long, for centuries, of what humans are capable of. Someone, somewhere, seen or said or felt it, just a thought. Are you aware that the first comic and reprints happened in the 1938 and probably farther back? When you see on the outside a spandex suited man and women of the 1930s, world oddity shows and world fairs, they could do incredible feats of strength. What happened? Beautiful feats of strength. Then the amazing happened. It is the first action comics, the Man of Steel, Superman. To you, I say this. There are unknown forces that don't want us or you to realize what we are truly capable of. They don't want you or us to succeed. They don't want us to know that the things we suspect that are extraordinary about ourselves are real, being real. Sorry, buddy. I'm almost there.
My
believe-
Snapchat kicked me out a little bit.
Gotcha. I believe
You
that
say life is no cartoon?
I'm almost done.
Okay. Okay.
Things we suspect about ourselves are real. I believe that if everyone sees what just a few people become, then we are truly embrace their gifts. Others will awaken. Believe in oneself is contagious. We give ourselves permission to be what we truly are. We will never awaken, so be yourself, be you, be human. And for this, I say this. I know in this moment, if we let the universe in, learn, permit it, be real, be yourself, and be human. Just be. Anyway, kind of rough around the edges. Still tweaking it a little bit. Kind of. What'd you think?
It finds it goes a few places sometimes.
Yeah.
But in the ending, it gets like it starts and then zoop, and at the end it narrows itself down.
Yep.
And it's more understanding in the end. Yeah. But also in the middle, I was offline. Like my wireless LAN kicked me out in the middle.
Damn it. Anyway, hold on. We got 11 people watching. Here we go. Hold on. Get caught up. Misty, she's a sweetheart. I have to learn how to read and write, or like look at the camera and try to narrate something. It's pretty hard.
You done well.
That was kind of rough. I'll reread it again some other time. But I was trying to.
I still haven't read any of my works.
Yeah, it's kind of. Well, see, when things I see going on in the industry and see what's going on, and I don't like talking politics, but in real life with people's lives and stuff like that, what's going on in our lives, it's like people forget what's going on around them, and people like to be judgmental and stuff, and it's like, you get it's just a passionate thing with me.
Well, my thing is I just don't give a shit about anything.
And I don't either. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. So
Yeah.
if people don't like it, oh well, I guess.
Yeah.
Go somewhere else. Blasted me.
Because I basically see the world as a cartoon.
Well, it definitely is. But
Yeah.
what I was trying to say, like what I was talking about in that little tidbit, when I got to that, what was it? Okay, all right, the part I screwed up on, I'll reread just the beginning part and then it'll make sense.
Jawohl.
Everything extraordinary can be explained away, and yet it is true. Everything you see and do have a basis in science, but it has its limits. This is the real world, not a cartoon. But your definition of what you just said made total sense. Because I know what you're talking about, where other people don't, But that's what I was trying. That's what should have been.
And everything that goes beyond science is metaphysics.
I like you ever
Aristoteles wrote all of it.
What's that?
Aristotle wrote all of it. It's a fun thing. It's always like I always say, especially I started also rhetorics.
Yep.
And every time I'm talking with somebody marketing, it's like, well, everything you're learning, the ancient Greeks already have done, but better.
Exactly right. It's amazing, and it's like, there's so much, and people forget, and it's like that's why we were
Totally.
talking about history earlier.
Well, thanks to the Christians, which is like, oh, this like everything of that is pagan.
We better be very careful about being politically correct of what we say, because people will attack you for it and crucify you for whatever you say.
Yeah, but you know that the only reason why we still know about Aristotle today is because the Muslims kept a lot of his works.
Yeah.
And we rediscovered Aristotle through that again.
Yep. Absolutely. Not really. I need to redo it and try to get it off point. So, point was made. Full moon brings out the passion. Yeah, it does, Lenny. Yes,
Full moon brings out my black eyes.
Right now, it's what for you? It's right now. It's you what? 11 o'clock at night.
Almost 10:30.
Okay. If I'm keeping you up past your bed, Sleeping Beauty, I understand.
It's like I'm gonna be up very late tonight, since when it's full moon I can't sleep.
Yeah, really.
It's the werewolf genes.
I really appreciate it, buddy, because it lets us talk. We don't get to talk very often. I really hate the whole texting thing. That's why you'll see me like record.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts. So having this conversation is really good.
I always text sometimes because I'm having like music or YouTube videos in the background.
Okay, hold on. I gotta catch up. Yeah, hold on.
Oh, thank you. But next week I have to get another shave.
Love it. There is one thing. I'm gonna.
Rip van Winkle.
What's up, buddy?
I only know the Rip van Winkle from Helsing.
Nice.
She sings also I think she also sings the Engeland lied.
I love it. Really quick, I'm gonna put a shout out real quick. Chris Bennett. I'm gonna put a message out there for you. I need you to email me. You were the winner last week's Saturday night book with a hook, and you had the right. I'm gonna put my email right here, buddy. You can also Instagram me by the same name, The Comic Book G Spot. I have an Instagram account, so you can check that out. I'll have to add that. But I need you to email me, brother, because you won a book. And you came up with a lucky number 7 that night. And the books you have to choose from are right here. And here we go. Let's show them again. So there was your 7. So we have the 3 prints of the Star Wars. And when I say I promise something, I promise something. I don't break promises, and I never say promise unless I'm going to do it. So you are a winner, and I just want you to check out these books one more time. Here's 1. Here's number 2. All right. We have 3. Sorry, Vigilante. Give me 1 second.
Oh, no. Don't hurry.
And they got this one, and we have this one. Here we go. Did a random quick draw for the chat that night. So you won one of these books. So you choose which one you want. Email me right there. Tell me your name, give me your address, and I'll send them to your priority. Okay, buddy? You were the winner for last Saturday. I just did a random drawing, and he picked the right number. It was funny because about, what was it? I think a couple of weeks ago I said something like, pick a number 1 through 100, and that was a mistake. Oh my God. The chat was going crazy. And no one got the number after 5 minutes. So I cut it down to 1 to 20.
Also, my recommendation is Star Wars number 1, because not only is it by Roy Thomas, but also Vader is way more snarky than in the movie, and Vader will fuck with your coffee.
This one?
Yep. There's a wonderful scene in it where basically on the battle station, I refuse to call it the Death Star. The Death Star is a rebel term for our peaceful station, where Vader basically comes in and uses the Force and takes the coffee away.
I love it. I love it. Hold on.
This is also like what I really hate about new Star Wars. About like the Disney episode is like, who in the right mind calls their base themselves Starkiller Base?
Agree, honey. 1 through 10, exactly. But if you have more than 20 people, then
because the Empire didn't call it the Death Star. The Death Star was like a term the rebels used.
It was a battle station.
It was a battle station. It was to maintain peace and as a defense against the Yuseng Wang. Because the Emperor built the army to protect the galaxy from the Yuseng Wang. And the terrorism of the Rebel Alliance was the reason because why everything was fucked up.
Yep.
Go Palpatine.
I love it. I'm really serious. Hey,
Hey, Aruli.
nice to see you. Nice to see you, buddy.
He sent me an AOK today, so I'm really curious what's in there.
He did.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Nice.
And hopefully Rod will get tomorrow my OK, which is in the post since the 18th of December.
Really?
Yeah.
Rod, talking about Just Rican?
Yeah.
Very cool.
So that's gonna be fun.
Cool. Yeah, I like Rod.
Yeah, Rod is a gem. He is also Rod is the reason why I'm here.
Yeah.
Not the reason why I'm born. That's
No. I know
a little bit more. But he's the reason why I'm in this community. He commented on one of my videos and invited me.
Yep. Me too. Yep.
Yes, Unruly Simeon, the Rebel Alliance, they are space terrorists. And they are evil. Fine.
Maybe. How you doing, Bake? Nice to see you.
That's also why I only have Imperial merchandise at home. Like when in the Lego Star Wars Christmas calendar, I threw away the Rebel shit. I ain't have nothing of this.
Nice. Metakick. Hey. Here we go. Yes, absolutely.
Thanks, Bake.
There you go.
So I really hope that Rod is going to get the package tomorrow. Maybe we can open it on the stream then.
Yeah, absolutely. He definitely will if he does.
I also sent John some stuff.
What's that?
John from Comics with Kids.
Ah, you sent John?
Because his daughter Charlie, she's learning German.
Nice.
So I sent her some German comic books. Some translations of American books to German, which is a more artificial German, which they probably learn. And then I also sent him an Austrian comic, which is more like the way we actually talk German. So with our dialects and stuff. So this can be very interesting to compare when you learn German. And I think it's probably way more fun to learn our language if you can read some comics, because our articles are crazy. Yo, Dylan, hey.
How you doing, Dylan?
Because you have that and we have der, die, das, and
right.
It's not fun learning German. And I grew up with this shit.
Of course. Makes total sense.
Yes, I'm 100% serious in my Star Wars beliefs. After the stream, I will go back to my Empire at War save game, and I will bring peace and prosperity to the galaxy. just like Krennic said. We were this close to greatness. Mind, we love you too.
Yes, definitely. Kirk, awesome. Gonna see him tomorrow, by the way. Again, you're gonna see him tomorrow night, midnight.
Awesome. Yeah, it's also I refuse to watch Return of the Jedi past the Jabba scene
Right.
because it's like it's devastating.
Yeah. Yep.
But I'm having my own headcanon, which I'm replaying in Empire at War with a happy end.
Nice. Yeah, they had a what was it? You played a couple of those older games too, the Star Wars Rebel Alliance. What was it? Star Wars something.
Not the Rebel Alliance, obviously.
No. It was a simulator.
No.
It was a simulator where you could control either side.
Oh yeah, that's I'm playing the Battlefield 2, the old one.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm playing the new Battlefield, but what I really hate about the EA Battlefield is you can't choose a side. So sometimes I have to exit the game and reload until I can play an Empire.
Right.
So it's not easy.
Steve, are you home? I'm gonna say it again.
Evox are bloody murder bears.
Yeah.
You know, for years and years, I was like, how could we lose to the bloody Evox on Andor? And
you know what? The Ewok thing was just like
but when you watch the Ewok movies, especially the second one, these things are ferocious. They are murder bears.
Yeah, I know.
They slaughtered the other creatures on Andor. It's like there's no shame in losing against the Ewoks. The Ewoks are probably the most dangerous things in the galaxy.
Yep.
And you know what? They bloody eat you.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah, and I don't realize the hint was on the stakes on the top of the fire, obviously.
And the rebels celebrated with them. And you know what probably was in their stew? Human flesh. So the rebels are probably not only terrorists, they're also cannibals.
Yeah,
This is what Hollywood wants to make you cheer for. Yeah. They're gonna yappen up your brain and sing about it.
I love it. What was it? There was something else. Oh, talking about history. This is kind of cool, bud. You'll like this.
Show me.
Yes, I will. I just got these and I just put everything in Mylar.
And the Ewok movies are great. The second Ewok movie is one of my favorite Star Wars movies. It's so cool. It's like the parents die in the beginning. It's bloody dark. And the little girl, she's like crazy. That's one of my most favorite scenes when she frees the other Ewoks from the prison. And there's also the witch in there. And the Ewoks wanted to save the witch. And she pulls the key from Wicket and says, not her, she's evil. And throws the key into the gutter. That's the most dope Star Wars scene. Not her, she's evil.
Wow. Too funny.
Totally underrated movie, the second Ewok movie. The history stuff.
Very, very cool. So, hold on here. Where are we here? Okay, do you know who Harry Crumb is?
Pardon?
You know who Harry Crumb is? Underground artist?
Oh yeah, you told me last time about Harry Crumb. You showed me those.
Yeah. This copy.
Up.
They're great pickups.
Yeah, Bake, the Ewok movies are still creepy now, especially since the budget of Return of the Jedi. So Wicket has this really rapey eyes.
Zap. Really cool underground comics. These are great. These go from like 1968, 1970. Whole lot of them here.
It's always it's even with comics that are not expensive.
Yep.
But when I hold a comic in my hand that is older than I,
Yep.
it's something special. It's like, oh my
It
god,
is.
this was printed when I wasn't even a wet dream of my dad or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's a cool cover. And there's that. And there we go. And here's a kind of a hardcore one.
Is
What?
Harry Crump related to Salacious Crump?
You know, I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't tell you. Anyway. Awesome. Yeah, that was from, I'm trying to keep up with the chat here. Yeah, exactly. Who was Harry Crump? I seen that too.
Wasn't also Arthur Spiegelman writing for Underground Comics before he did Mouse?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, that's also a book I was. Mouse was also one of the books I had for my master thesis.
Nice.
Because one of the part of my master's degree was in history about the portrayal of history in comic books. And of course, Mouse is one of the best examples of what's called verbal history.
Right.
Because he's like interviewing his dad about the Holocaust, and it's a very good historic source as being an interview. It's generally it's very fun. It's because in history, when you work on popular culture like movies and comics or video games, you always have to fight for yourself that others take you serious.
Right.
So it was so fun with I wrote my master thesis about Crusader Kings 2 and Rome Total War 2, and if video games can be a historic source.
Nice.
So of course, like my verdict was in the end, no video game, comic, or whatsoever is a source of the time it's writing about, but it's a historic source of the time when it was created and how the viewpoint of history was in the time it was created. So when a video game is released in the 90s and it's about the medieval time, it's not a historic source of the medieval times, but it's a historic source on how the 90s viewed the medieval times. Still here? Rob?
Yep. Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
I already made my mic drop.
No. You're all good.
Yeah.
So
but
really,
it was always fun discussions at university.
Yeah, those are, I bet, yeah, I would have a blast at those big time. So those Harry Crumbs, just so you know, Theory 23, he AOK'd me those to Rob Wurst. He bought them on an auction from Rob Wurst about a month or so ago, and that was pretty awesome.
I love Rob Wurst's channel. It's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you, Theory. I just want to say a big thank you, big shout out. If you ever see it on the rewind, give the proper shout out. I'm trying to think what's next here. Oh, this. Do you guys get these sticker books like this?
Yes. Basically, before I was able to get. Oh, you mean the giant size? Yeah. Wait a moment. So since we don't have any Walmarts or Targets in Austria, we only get some of the giants we can pre-order. So I'm subscribed to the Swamp Thing giants.
Right.
And basically, you can't do anything wrong with them. It's like the size of a trade paperback for $5. And there's amazing stories in there, and some classics, some new stories. Especially the first Swamp Thing giant, you have a new story from Mark Russell, and I think Mark Russell is one of the best comic writers right now.
Yep. Show me the book you just showed really quick. Yeah. Nice. Yep. I have that one, the first one, right? That came out like last year, right?
Yeah. But it's of course I gotta pre-order them in on the website of my German comic book store.
Right.
So it's like you really, especially with the giants, it was like I was very lucky because a friend of mine, she posted this first Swamp Thing giant on Instagram, and I was like, I want that, and my store had it, and then I subscribed to the whole series. But it's you really have to be quick to get them.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So you definitely liked it then. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my recent one.
I don't know if we were actually able to get like the scarce Batman one that is everybody talks about now.
Right.
It's funny because even reprints could gain a very high price nowadays.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like some of the facsimile editions, like a few months after they released, already double or triple the price.
Yep.
And even some true believers.
Yeah.
Go up the price after a while.
Yeah, it's amazing. The what was it? There was a Superman cover that was just released too.
The Crisis on Infinite Earths one? Yeah, that went also really quick up.
Yeah, it shot up to like $20 in like a couple days. I'm like, what? Really?
And I'm pretty sure that because Walmart and Target probably don't have the best distribution.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure everything's there's scarce, but at some Walmart there's probably a box with 5,000 or 20,000 of them.
I know.
They're just not on the market.
I know. That's a funny thing.
Austrian Death Punch, I only know.
Ooh.
It's like I only know. What is like? Is this the Arnold tribute band?
Yeah, I think so.
You gotta listen to Arno Core. They're way better.
Nice.
From California, they're really great.
Advocate anyway.
We have a lot of great metal bands in Austria. Like I'm wearing now a T-shirt from Tools of Doom.
Yep.
Which is, of course, has Tools of Doom on it, and
nice. I love it. I love it.
They have some great songs, like the Hammer of Thorgrim, and
nice.
I only discovered them recently, and they're from Austria, so I can order the stuff without just for the price without shipping.
Sweet. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's something I really miss here in Austria, going through long or short boxes. In Vienna, you have some stores where you can do that, but here in Graz, we only have one comic book store, and he only has German comics, and the owner's a dick.
Wow.
Yeah. So basically, he's one of these comic book sellers where you go inside and he lectures you about comics and thinks his opinion is the only
way.
The only wisdom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So last time when I was in there, I called him out. It's like, dude, your interpretation is as much worth as the interpretation of everybody else. Since if you would give actually shit about what you're talking, you would know that interpretations, there is no right interpretation of a comic. And even when somebody says, oh, but the writer of the comic says, the writer of the comic is not the authority of the story. The story, and this is like in linguistics, can be interpreted even differently than the author intended it to be interpreted. And each opinion has the same worth.
Right.
So when he says, oh no, this is like the only way to understand like the Killing Joke,
right,
then he's false. First of all, there's so many ways to interpret a Killing Joke, and then of course it's about which version. It's like the original drawings which haven't been released. Then also like the retcon by DC that they made it into continuity, and therefore the Joker was not killed.
Yep.
So you can discuss this book and with so many opinions, and none of those are wrong.
Right.
And that's also the wonderful thing about literature. Is like these words are the same for everybody.
Yep.
But the meaning of those words can mean different things for different people.
True.
That's and this is the linguistic turn, which basically what was in the 60s, 70s, when it was more about the subtext of a book and how it can be interpreted.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, Unruly. I'm sure there are a lot of comic shops out there where the owner is a dick.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't have made a stereotypical version of it in The Simpsons. I know I'm on, I'm off, or I'm off. Viking metal it's really cool.
Yeah, it is. I love you too, Spirit. All right, I'm going to call it.
Rob,
what's up, buddy?
Congrats to you. You don't have to send your wife in the kitchen. She goes there by herself. Willingly.
Yeah.
You must be doing something right.
I hope so. Well, let's see here. Yeah, she's a good woman. Big time. All right. I guess I'm going to call it. We've been going on for an hour and 40 minutes. It was wonderful talking to you. We got to do this again. If you want to, brother, if you'd like to do this every Friday, we can do this every Friday if you want.
Maybe in 2 weeks, probably next Friday, I'm in Upper Austria visiting my parents.
Cool. Well, this is your time, brother. Why don't you tell people about yourself, about your channel, and boom, go ahead.
Well, my name is Thorsten, and I'm the Varangian Vigilante. And on my channel, I talk about comics, movies, and some pop culture stuff, but mostly barbarian, sword and sorcery stuff, but also horror, science fiction, exploitation, sexploitation. My sexploitation videos have the most hits because people probably just click on the pictures and then leave it after they hear me talk.
Nice.
But I'm always trying to pick up some older movies, sometimes new movies that are forgotten and that I really want people to rewatch or to discover new. And since a few weeks I also talk about comic books, mostly about sword and sorcery stuff. So when the Serpent War was released in December, I talked about Dark Agnes, and I'm really trying to bring the creations of Robert E. Howard from other sword and sorcery creators a little bit more out there.
Like it a lot, buddy. That's awesome. And we got to do this again very soon.
Yeah. And I'm trying to not choke on my Teutonic tongue.
It's all good here.
Yeah.
Love it. All right. Thank you, comic book community. I really appreciate it. This is a wonderful day today with my buddy. Really, Vigilante, you're awesome. Thank you so much.
You're awesome too. Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you come check us out at midnight. Comic Book Witching Hour. Comic Book with a Hook show. I will have some special guests on at midnight. Come check us out. And yeah, a couple little surprises and stuff. And a real quick, that shout out, make sure you check out the rewind for the winner from last Saturday. Those will be kind of random, you guys. And thank you very much. And peace. Blessed be.